Imagine digging through your old coin jar and stumbling upon a single penny that could change your life forever. What if I told you that a 2009 Lincoln penny without a mint mark could be worth up to $4 million? Yes, you heard that right, a single penny could turn you into a millionaire overnight. Sounds crazy, right? But before you toss that old change aside, let me show you why this seemingly ordinary coin is creating millionaires. The story behind this rare penny is packed with mystery, rarity, and the kind of value that could make your heart race, and let's be real, who wouldn't want to turn pocket change into a fortune? Stick with me to the end, because if you have one of these pennies, your life might never be the same again. But here's the catch, only a few people know exactly what to look for, and the clock is ticking before collectors snap them all up. Back in 2009, the U.S. Mint released a special series of Lincoln pennies to honor the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. These pennies featured unique designs highlighting different phases of Lincoln's life. But here's where things get interesting. Some of these pennies were accidentally struck without a mint mark, making them extremely rare. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but how rare can they really be? Well, let's put it this way. Rare enough that collectors and investors are willing to drop millions of dollars just to get their hands on one. That's right, a tiny mistake at the US Mint has turned these coins into modern-day treasure chests. But wait, how do you know if you have one of these valuable coins? Here's what to check. Look at the obverse, head side, of the penny. If there's no mint mark below the date, you might have a jackpot in your hands. Next, check the condition. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition fetch the highest prices. Lastly, get it authenticated. Professional grading services can verify if your penny is truly worth millions. Now, you may be wondering, why would anyone pay that much for a penny? Well, the secret lies in demand. Coin collectors are obsessed with errors and rarity. The fewer there are in circulation, the higher the value skyrockets. And let's be honest, when something is rare and people want it, the price only goes in one direction, up. But here's the twist, some of these pennies have already been sold for record-breaking prices. And guess what? The highest recorded sale price keeps climbing. Picture this, you dig through your old collection, pull out a dusty 2009 penny, and suddenly realize you're holding a fortune. Now, imagine letting it slip away because you didn't know its true value. That's the nightmare scenario we're here to avoid. Collectors and auction houses are actively hunting for these rare pennies, and the prices are still rising. But here's the harsh truth, if you don't act fast, someone else will cash in on this golden opportunity while you're still debating whether to check your change. And just a heads up, if you think this is the only penny worth millions, think again. There are even more hidden treasures lurking in your change, and in my next video, I'll reveal another coin that could make you insanely rich. So, if you don't want to miss out on turning small change into a massive payday, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. You won't want to be the person who hears about another millionaire making coin and realizes you let it slip through your fingers. Time is running out, and rare coins don't wait for anyone. Will you be the next person to strike gold, or will someone else cash in on your fortune? The choice is yours. They say a penny saved is a penny earned, but what if I told you that a single 1968 Lincoln penny could be worth up to $3.7 million? Yes, you heard that right. A tiny copper coin that could turn your life around in an instant. But before you start digging through your change jar, listen closely, because not all 1968 pennies are created equal, and only a rare few hold the secret to unimaginable wealth. Imagine this. You're sifting through an old box of coins, maybe one passed down from a grandparent. The pennies look ordinary, nothing special. But then, one catches your eye. It has an S mint mark right below the date, and it just feels different. That's exactly what happened to one lucky collector who unknowingly held on to a rare 1968 penny for years before realizing its true value. And when he did, well, let's just say he never had to work another day in his life. But what makes this coin so valuable? What hidden secret could transform an everyday penny into a multi-million-dollar jackpot? Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal exactly what to look for, and how you might be holding on to a fortune without even knowing it. Now, before you start raiding your piggy bank, let's talk about why this coin is worth so much. The 1968 penny was minted in San Francisco, and while millions were produced, only a handful have the error that makes them ultra-valuable. This is a rare minting error that occurs when the design is accidentally stamped twice, slightly misaligned. If you look at Lincoln's profile, the date, or the word Liberty, and see a doubling effect, congratulations, you might be looking at one of the rarest coins in existence. But here's where it gets even more interesting. The higher the grade, the higher the value. If your 1968 penny is in near-perfect condition, meaning no scratches, no wear, and a shiny, flawless surface, it could fetch a life-changing price at auction. Think about that for a second. A single, tiny coin hiding in your home right now could be your golden ticket to financial freedom. But don't get too comfortable yet, because there's one more thing you must know before you cash in. You've checked your coin, and it looks promising. Now what? Do you just slap it on eBay and hope for the best? Absolutely not. This is where many people make a costly mistake. Get it authenticated. Send your coin to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. This official certification is the difference between selling for thousands or millions. Find the right auction house. Not all auction houses specialize in rare coins. You need one that attracts serious collectors willing to pay big bucks. Time it right. Rare coins spike in value when the market is hot. Knowing when to sell can mean the difference between a six-figure payday and a seven-figure one. But here's the kicker, not everyone wants you to know this. Some collectors and dealers are banking on people selling their rare coins for a fraction of their true value. And that's why knowledge is power. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is insane. What if I've had one of these coins sitting in my drawer for years? Well, the only way to find out is to start looking. Because right now, as we speak, these 1968 double-die pennies are out there, hiding in collections, buried in old change jars, waiting for someone like you to uncover them. So, what are you waiting for? Go check your coins. Because the next life-changing discovery could be sitting in your hands right now. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might be sitting on $1 million penny without even realizing it. Until next time, happy hunting. Penny in your hand. Now, imagine that same penny is worth a life-changing $3.50 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? But it's true. Somewhere out there, an ordinary-looking 1975 Lincoln penny could turn someone into an overnight millionaire. Could that someone be you? Before you dismiss this as just another internet rumor, let me tell you, this penny is the real deal. Collectors are paying fortunes for rare variations, and you might have one sitting in your pocket right now. But here's the catch, 99% of people who own this coin have no idea what it's actually worth, and if you think you don't have a rare penny, you might want to check again. Because the next 10 minutes could change your life forever. Let's get straight to the facts. In 1975, the Denver Mint produced millions of pennies. But hidden among them are a handful of ultra-rare error coins, coins that were accidentally struck with mistakes that make them worth an absolute fortune today. So, what makes these 1975 pennies so special? Here's what you need to look for: off-center strikes. If your penny's design is misaligned, it could be worth thousands. Double-die errors, letters and numbers that appear doubled mean big money. Unusual mint marks, a missing or misplaced mint mark could turn your penny into pure gold. High-grade condition, a nearly flawless 1975 penny, graded MS 67 or higher, has already been auctioned for over $3.50 million. At this point, you might be thinking, okay, but why would anyone pay millions for a penny? Well, here's the thing. Collectors are obsessed with history, rarity, and perfection. The fewer rare pennies exist, the higher their value skyrockets. And right now, wealthy collectors are fighting tooth and nail to get their hands on one of these ultra-rare 1975 Lincoln pennies. Still not convinced? Let's talk real auction results. Just last year, a collector walked away with a jaw-dropping multi-million-dollar payday after selling a pristine 1975 penny. And guess what? That same collector admitted he almost spent the penny years ago, not knowing its true worth. Imagine how much money he would have lost, which brings us to the biggest question of all: what if you have one and don't even know it? Now, here's where it gets serious. Time is running out. These rare pennies are disappearing into private collections, and once they're gone forever. You don't want to be the person who finds $1 million coin, only to accidentally spend it on a vending machine snack. Check your change jar, old piggy banks, and even couch cushions. That penny you've been ignoring for years might be the key to financial freedom. Examine every 1975 penny under good lighting. Look for doubling, off-center strikes, or any unusual features. Get it professionally graded. A certified coin expert can tell you exactly how much your penny is worth, and if you find a rare one, congratulations, you just discovered a life-changing fortune in the palm of your hand. Don't let this opportunity slip away. Rare pennies are making people rich every day, and the next big discovery could be yours. If you found this video helpful, hit that subscribe button for more life-changing coin discoveries. And don't forget to share this with someone who might unknowingly be sitting on a fortune. Now go check your pennies, because the next millionaire might just be watching this video right now. They say money doesn't grow on trees, but what if I told you a simple penny in your pocket could be worth a life-changing fortune? Imagine finding a 1978 Lincoln penny with no mint mark and realizing it could make you a millionaire. Sounds crazy, right? Well, hold on tight, because today, we're uncovering the shocking truth about this rare penny, its hidden value, and how you could be sitting on a jackpot without even knowing it. Back in 1978, millions of pennies were minted, most of them bearing the D or S mint marks for Denver and San Francisco. But what if yours has no mint mark at all? That's where things get interesting. Some of these no mint mark pennies were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, but not all of them are special. Only a select few have rare errors and specific characteristics that drive their value into the millions. The real question is, do you have one of these ultra-valuable coins in your collection? Imagine this: a man in Ohio stumbles upon a handful of old pennies in his grandfather's drawer. He almost tosses them aside, thinking, it's just pocket change. But something tells him to take a closer look. And guess what? One of those pennies turns out to be a 1978 no mint mark penny with a rare error. He gets it professionally graded, and within weeks, it sells at auction for over $3 million. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny. $3 million. Before you start tearing through your piggy bank, let's talk about what makes these pennies so valuable. The secret lies in three key factors: rarity, condition, and demand. First, the fewer there are, the higher the price goes. Second, pristine, untouched coins can fetch significantly more than worn-out ones. And third, collectors are willing to pay top dollar for coins with unique errors or perfect details. This combination is what turns an everyday penny into a millionaire's dream. Now, let's break down the exact errors and characteristics you need to look for. One of the biggest factors: a double die error. This happens when the design is imprinted twice, causing a slight but valuable doubling effect. It's like winning the lottery but on a tiny, copper surface. Another rare feature: off-center strikes, where the design is noticeably misaligned. The more dramatic the error, the higher the price. And here's a kicker: some of these pennies were accidentally struck on planchets meant for other coins, making them even rarer. Feeling excited? Good. But here's where urgency kicks in. The market for rare coins is hotter than ever. Collectors and investors are paying record-breaking prices, and the demand is skyrocketing. But here's the catch: the longer you wait, the more the market could change. What's worth millions today might not hold the same value in the future. Or worse, that penny sitting in your drawer could get damaged, instantly reducing its worth. Now, you might be thinking, but how do I know if I have one? The answer is simple. Grab your old pennies, especially those from 1978, and examine them carefully under a magnifying glass. Look for doubling, misalignments, or unusual features. If anything looks out of the ordinary, you need to get it authenticated by a professional coin grading service. They'll certify its authenticity and determine its true market value, but don't just take my word for it. Remember the Ohio man? He didn't believe it at first either. Until he held that $1 million check in his hands. Imagine what that kind of money could do for you. Pay off your mortgage, retire early, travel the world, all because of a single penny. And now, here's the $1 million question. Could you be the next lucky collector to cash in on a fortune? Stay tuned, because in my next video, I'll reveal the top mistakes that could cost you thousands when selling rare coins. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. 1988 Lincoln Penny could be worth up to $3.1 million. Yes, you heard that right, a tiny 1-cent coin could hold the key to financial freedom. But before you start digging through your change jar, let me tell you exactly why this coin is so valuable and how you can spot one. And trust me, you don't want to miss this, because if you have one of these in your possession, you might be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. So, what makes this 1988 penny so special? Is it a rare metal? A minting error? A hidden secret left behind by the US Mint? Here's the deal. The 1988 penny has a critical design error that collectors are desperately searching for. It's known as the 1988 transitional reverse penny, and it's all because of a small yet crucial mistake by the US Mint. In 1988, the Mint was preparing for the new design that would be officially released in 1989. However, some pennies were accidentally struck using the wrong die, specifically, a 1989 reverse die on a 1988 penny. This means the coin has the obverse of a 1988 penny but the reverse of a 1989 penny. This microscopic difference makes this coin one of the rarest and most valuable Lincoln pennies ever discovered. And here's where things get wild. Some of these pennies have already sold for staggering prices. One recently fetched over $3.1 million at auction. Now, before you start thinking, come on, how can a tiny minting error be worth millions? Just remember that collectors will pay insane amounts for rare coins, especially when they're part of a transitional series. The real question is, could you have one of these pennies in your collection? Because if you do, your life could change instantly. Alright, now let's talk about the exact steps to check if you have this $1 million penny. Grab your 1988 Lincoln pennies, and here's what you need to look for: the reverse design. Look at the back of your coin. If it has the FG initials closer to the Lincoln Memorial and a distinct 1989 style spacing, you might have struck gold. Use a magnifying glass. This error is nearly impossible to see with the naked eye. A simple jeweler's loupe or a coin microscope will do the trick. Compare with a regular 1988 penny, line it up with a normal one. If you notice a difference in the reverse design, you could be holding a fortune. Now, if you think you found one, don't rush off to the first buyer you find. Here's the right way to cash in on your rare penny. Get it authenticated. Contact a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can verify if your coin is genuine. Auction it for maximum value. List it at a major auction house, because collectors will bid like crazy for this coin. Don't get scammed. There are shady buyers out there trying to snag these coins for pennies on the dollar. Always work with reputable dealers, and just like that, your simple 1-cent coin could turn into a multi-million-dollar windfall. Now, here's the $1 million question. What would you do with $3.1 million? Would you retire early? Buy your dream home? Travel the world? Well, before you start making those plans, you might want to check your pocket change first. Oh, and if you think this is unbelievable, just wait till you hear about the next rare penny that's hiding in plain sight. But that's a story for another video, so don't forget to like and subscribe, because you never know what hidden fortune you might be sitting on. Did you just stumble upon an old penny lying around? What if I told you that a single 1997 Lincoln penny could be worth up to $3 million? Yes, you heard that right. That tiny copper coin in your pocket might just be your golden ticket. But here's the catch: most people have no idea what to look for, and they end up giving away their fortune without realizing it. Don't make that mistake. By the time this video ends, you'll know exactly how to identify a rare 1997 penny that could make you a millionaire overnight. Let's start with a shocking fact: many of these rare pennies are still in circulation. That means your next grocery store change or the jar of pennies collecting dust on your shelf could be hiding a life-changing treasure. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Some of these pennies contain unique errors and features that skyrocket their value. The key is knowing what to look for. So what makes the 1997 penny so valuable? It all comes down to errors and minting anomalies. One of the most famous errors is the double die obverse, where the lettering and date appear slightly doubled. Another high-value variation is the off-center strike. If the design isn't perfectly centered, you could be holding a fortune. And let's not forget the ultra-rare transitional error, where the coin was struck on a different metal planchet. These aren't just minor mistakes, they are jackpot-winning details that collectors will pay top dollar for. Now, I know what you're thinking: how do I find one of these rare coins? Do I need a magnifying glass? A treasure map? The good news is, you don't need to be a numismatic expert. A simple way to start is by checking the date, mint mark, and any visible errors. Grab a magnifier, examine the coin closely, and compare it to authenticated high-value pennies online. And here's a tip: if you think you've got something special, don't rush to sell it at your local pawn shop. They might offer you a few bucks when your coin is actually worth thousands, or even millions. Speaking of value, let's talk numbers. While an average 1997 penny is worth face value, rare error coins have sold for staggering amounts at auctions. In fact, some of these pennies have fetched over $1 million, with the highest sale reaching an unbelievable $3 million. Imagine finding one of these in your coin jar. Would you still be tossing pennies aside, if your heart just skipped a beat? Good. That's the excitement of knowing you might have a hidden fortune in your home right now. But here's the urgent part: you're not the only one looking for these valuable coins. Collectors and investors are hunting them down as we speak. The longer you wait, the higher the chance that someone else cashes in before you. So, what's next? If you think you found a valuable 1997 penny, your first step is to get it professionally graded. Organizations like PCGS or NGC can authenticate and certify your coin, giving it an official value. This is crucial because collectors will pay significantly more for a certified coin than one without proper verification. Now, imagine this: you've identified a rare 1997 penny. You get it graded. The expert confirms it's an ultra-rare variety. Suddenly, you're in an auction room, or even better, online, where collectors are bidding like crazy, driving the price higher and higher. The final bid? $3 million. How would that change your life? Don't let this opportunity slip through your fingers. Check your coins, educate yourself, and take action. Because the next time you hear someone say, "It's just a penny," you'll know better. That, just a penny, might be the key to your financial freedom. And if you think this information was valuable, just wait until you hear about the next rare coin that could be hiding in your home right now. Stay tuned.